This story was sent to me by one of our listeners. He didn't want to give his full name, so we'll just call him MG. He wrote, I never believed in this stuff. I always thought ghost stories were fun to listen to, but not deal. But what happened to me in that apartment changed everything.
I've never been one of those people who believe in ghosts or demons or whatever. But after what happened to me, I'm convinced some places just aren't meant to be lived in. This all started about a year ago. I had just moved into a new apartment in Heliopolis, a nice area, clean building, and way too cheap for the location. I asked the landlord, why is the rent so low? He just laughed and said, no one stays in that place for long. Maybe you'll break the curse. I laughed it off. I figured he was just joking. First week, everything was fine, quiet, peaceful. But then I started hearing footsteps. At night, when I was supposed to be alone, I could hear slow, heavy steps walking across the living room floor. I told myself it was the neighbors, maybe old pipes. Until that one night, I came home around 12:30, exhausted, took the stairs to the fourth floor because the elevator was out again. As I was unlocking my door, I felt something standing behind me. I turned fast. Nothing there. I stepped inside, locked the door, walked into my bedroom. The lights were off. I reached out in the dark to flip the switch, and I felt another hand grab mine. It was cold, ice cold, and it didn't feel human. I quickly turned on the lights, and she was standing right next to me. Long black hair, white dress, her face was blurry, but her eyes were pure black. I froze. I couldn't move, couldn't even scream. She didn't say a word, just stared at me, and then she vanished. I dropped to the floor. I was shaking, crying. I couldn't understand what just happened. I tried to convince myself it was exhaustion, stress, whatever, but then it got worse. Every time I turned on the lights after that, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the mirror. One time she was behind me in the kitchen. Another, I saw her walking past the hallway. And once, the front door opened by itself and there she was just standing there staring. I started leaving all the lights on at night, thought it would help. But I woke up one night to laughter. Not normal laughter. A woman's laugh, raspy, broken, like it was coming from underground. I shut up. The lights were off, even though I know I left them on. I looked at the mirror, and there, written in some weird black ink, was, "Don't turn the lights off again. I haven't seen you clearly yet." I left that place that